What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, like you can tell by the title, I'm working on my 2015 Kia Sedona, and I need to look at the camera because you guys are right here. So the title is the crankshaft position sensor. It's gone bad on my 2015 Kia Sedona. I believe 2015 all the way up to the 2018, I know for sure they run the same engine. Beyond that, I'm not too sure, but like I said, do your information. But it's with the 3.3 liter V6. So if you have a 3.3 V6 in your Kia Sedona, then this is the video you should be watching for your crankshaft position sensor. So let me show you guys the part. OEM, that is the part number, and you guys will need to get OEM. O'Reilly's AutoZone, their aftermarket crankshaft position sensor will not work. You need it to be this long, and you guys will see once I'm working on it. But that is the part number. I got it on Rock Auto. Go on Rock Auto, get your part. It's OEM. Look at that. And I paid 35 bucks, $5 shipping, so in total what, $40 to $41 for this part. And the dealership, they're gonna charge me $100. Oh, you guys can't see me. The dealership was gonna charge me $100 just for the part. Just for the part plus shipping. I'm not gonna do that. So I got it on Rock Auto. It said it was supposed to arrive on Wednesday, but it came, what, 4 days earlier, which is perfect because I need this car to be running good. The issues that I was dealing with was I was at work. My wife was driving the car, and suddenly the car just stopped. She was driving it, she stopped at a stop sign, a stoplight, whatever, and the car just shut off on her. She was able to turn it back on. Now here's the weird part. She was able to turn it back on and it drove fine, but there is no check engine light, okay? And that was what was giving me a hard time, because the next day she would drive it, it shut off on her twice, but there was no check engine light. So I wasn't able to know what was going on. For me, I thought it was the ECM, the ECU, the computer, the brain of the car. I thought that was going bad. Well, finally, I drove it, and then it shut off on me completely. And then I would try to start it, and it wouldn't turn back on. Finally, it gave me a check engine light, which was a good and you know, it's a good thing that I have a check engine light, because now I could put my my OBD scan tool, and it'll tell me what code it is. The bad thing is that it's a check engine light, but it's a very easy fix. So the symptoms that you will experience is, if you come in the morning, you try to start your car and it won't start, but your battery's good, your starters are good, but for some reason it will not start. That's one of the issues. Another issue, like I was saying, if you are able to start it, the sensor, the engine's nice and cold. Once you start driving, the engine's warming up. The sensor is getting hot. It's gonna fail. So it's not gonna give no signal to the ECM, to the computer, which is gonna completely shut off the car, and that's what it was doing to us. So those are your your issues. So like I said, I did my OBD scan tool. I have a good battery, I have a good alternator, so I know my alternator was charging my battery, my starter was working good, so everything was good. And then I finally put my scan tool, and it gave me a code, and I'm gonna show you guys that code right now. So if you guys have one, you guys already know a scan, you hook it up down there, and let me see, hopefully it'll link up without me turning. Nope, I gotta turn the car. Let me put on the power. Alright. If you guys don't have an OBD scan tool, I suggest investing in one. This thing is a lifesaver. I spent $120 at Harbor Freight, and I don't regret it. So that is your that's the the check engine, well, the code, the engine code, P0335, which is crankshaft position sensor. And since my wife's been still driving this car, you can see how bad 2 out of 3 means you need to repair this immediately. So the sensor's gone bad. So yeah, I'm glad that it finally came in so I could change it out. So like I said, get an OBD scan tool. If you guys don't have an oven, I was just strip. So okay, by now you guys should have the engine, or not the engine, the hood popped up, secured. Now the crankshaft position sensor is underneath this. I want to say it's a thermostat housing or something. It's for your coolant. This is a housing, you know. It's a hard plastic, but it's right underneath here. Now, I was first thinking maybe I should take all this off, but then if you take it off, I'm gonna leave a mess of coolant, and I don't want to drain my coolant. Go down to the store, buy more coolant, and fill it up. So what I did was, what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna take off all this. You're gonna take off your air intake, this tube, whatever you want to call it, and then you're gonna take out the battery, and you're gonna take off the battery box, or the battery tray, my bad. That way you could be able to get it from right here on the side, and that's what I did. That way you don't have to take off your hoses, drain on the coolant, none of that nonsense. And so yeah, so first things first, let's take off this little your air intake, the tube, whatever you want to call it. So you just need a clip. You're gonna pry it off there, and then this will come off. So let me do that real quick. All right, if you guys are seeing like a little blue tint in the video, it's not your TV. It's just I'm underneath my shade because it's hot. It's hot out here in Bakersfield. So so we got, like I said, pry out this clip. I already broke this one a long time ago. It's fine. You guys can always buy them online. So pry it off. Be gentle. Then just lift this up. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Then you're gonna just pull that back. Take it out from there. Boom. That's it. Then once you're here, you're gonna take off your battery terminals. 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Take those off. And then you have your battery tie down bracket. That is a 12 millimeter socket. You're gonna take this off, take out your battery, and then we'll go on to the battery tray. So let me do that real quick. I removed the battery terminals. I just have this positive just right here in the air filter box. My negative terminal just got it somewhere here in the side. So what we got is 2 10 millimeters. Then we got 4 12s. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So take all those off, and then you'll be able to take off this tray. So let's do that. So I took out those 2 10 millimeter bolts, those 4 12s, and now I'm just gonna pick this up with the one hand and holding the camera. Boom. All right. So this is just in my way. Let's put this over here. All right. So that right there, that is your crankshaft position sensor, and that is the connection that we'll be messing with right there. So that little guy right there, that's the reason that's giving us all these problems. So, all right. Here's the fun part. So this connection. Sorry guys, I need to get this mounted on the camera. That connection right there is what we need to unplug. So I'm gonna try my best to take it off with one hand. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright guys, so I'm gonna try my best to do this with one hand. So what you wanna do is right here, what I'm doing is get a flathead, pry up on this clip, and slide this whole connection towards you. Alright, so like I was saying, you're gonna pry on that side with the a flathead screwdriver, and then you're gonna pull it. Don't pull it by the wires, I'm just showing you guys right now, but pull it with the whole connection towards you, and it'll come out of this little metal bracket. Now, what we gotta do next is this wire. I don't know why they made it so difficult. They should have placed it where this was facing towards us. Alright, so like I was saying, I wish you were facing this connection towards us. This is why it's a pain in the butt. That's why you want to take off that metal bracket first. That way you can flip this over. And sorry, it's kind of windy, but it's so hot still. So you're gonna, this connection, you're gonna slide this back, then you're gonna push down on this black part, and that's it. Boom. Okay, now we got that. All we have left is that 10 millimeter right there. That is the only thing that's holding down the crankshaft position sensor. Once you take off that 10 millimeter, remove your old sensor and place in the new one. So let me do that. Actually, before I remove it, let me just show you guys the tools that I'm using. That way, so this tool, I got a Harbor Freight. It's the 3/8 and a 1/4 inch. It's nice, it's slim. Then I got this extension right here. Okay. Then I got this 12 millimeter deep socket and a 10 millimeter socket, and this little screwdriver, flathead. And those are my only tools that I'm using for this type of job. So I just want to show you guys the type of tools that I'm using. That way you guys don't go crazy to a store and buying all this ridiculous amount of tools that you guys really don't need. So let me take off that crankshaft now. Okay, so here's the old one. I removed it. Here is the new one. Looks good. Just compare the two, even though it's the right part number. Just compare it. You never know. They might, send you the wrong part. But everything looks good. Now, the reason why I told you guys that O'Reilly's and AutoZone probably will not work, because their crankshaft looks nothing. Their crankshaft position sensor. I keep saying crankshaft, but if I say crankshaft, just know I'm talking about the sensor, right? So their crankshaft sensor looks nothing like this. It doesn't have this long, the length of the sensor, which is what we need, because that connection, where did it go? This one, it doesn't reach that far, So their sensor from AutoZone and O'Reilly's, it's literally the sensor like this and the connector right on top. That's all it is. I don't know if it even plugs into it. Like I said, I didn't buy it. I just thought I might as well just buy the OEM. I'm taking off. Whatever I took off, I want to make sure I put that back in. That's just the way I think. So yeah. So just buy the OEM. It's gonna save you money, and plus the aftermarket from O'Reilly and AutoZone, it's $70. $35, guys. $35. Rock Auto. I'm not sponsored. Rock Auto's not sponsoring this video, but I'm telling you, you can save a lot of money. This is the Beck Arnley brand, but this is the OEM sensor. So now, since we took it off, put everything back. So I got to put the crankshaft sensor in, and make sure you slide this back into that middle bracket. The middle bracket, like I said, it's right here. Make sure you connect it. Make sure it clicks in all the way, and then put it in your battery tray, your battery. Then hook up your battery terminals to your battery. Put back on your stock air intake, and then that should be it. So let me do all that, and then I'll get back to talking, which I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of me talking already, but let me do that real quick. Alright, so I just ran into this. So if you guys buy another sensor like the one I bought, it's literally the same thing, just when they ship it, it comes with this little clip, and it's literally this little clip that's on that metal bracket. Looks just like that. Once you get it in the bag, it looks like this. Same thing. Use a flathead, pry this off, and pull it back there, and then just slide it back onto that one. Don't know why it came with this extra clip, but I'm gonna keep it because you never know. So just want to say that, so that way you guys don't start freaking out. Oh, it's different. No, it's the same thing, just you gotta take out this extra clip. So yeah, I still gotta put everything back together, so let me do that. One more thing before I forget. The connection. Make sure you have this tan or white looking thing pulled out. Slide in the connection. Let me show you. I'd rather just show you guys so that way. Okay, so this white part is slid out. You're gonna connect it, right? Connect it and slide it as much as it can all the way. Then you're gonna slide this forward, the white part, and you're gonna lock it in there, and it won't come out now. So that's how you do that. All right, so everything is done. Have everything all connected. Just the engine, little cover. Don't worry about that. And also, if you guys don't have this tool, just all you need is a 3/8. That's why I just want to clarify that. All you need is a 3/8 ratchet. You guys will probably need an extension for the battery, and like I said, 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 10 and 12 millimeter 3/8 sockets. So 3/8 10 millimeter socket and a 3/8 12 millimeter deep socket, and a little flathead screwdriver. So everything is hooked up. Now let me get the OBD scanner and let's see what she says. So it's already still plugged in. Let's turn on the power. Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, guys. So I'm doing a voiceover now. What you want to do is we need to reset the ECM. If not, it's gonna keep showing you the code like it's gonna be like you're gonna see in the next clip. So to reset the ECM, once you have the battery back on, you're gonna leave the positive terminal on. Take off the negative terminal for about 60 seconds, then hook it back onto the battery, and then that will reset your ECM. So you need to do that process before you hook up your OBD scanner, because if not, if you don't reset the ECM, you will still get that trouble code, and that's what you're seeing in this next clip. I'll relink it. Let's see what it says. Permanent crankshaft position sensor. Oh no. Let me turn the car and see what it does. Alright guys, so I scanned it with the OBD scanner. It still came up as permanent. I tried erasing it, it's still on there. But me and my wife, we took it for a test drive and it didn't shut off on us. I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but I said this is just a thought. I'm thinking now with the new sensor, it just needs to get used to it, I guess. Get used to it. I don't know.
Run it around.
So like the sensor needs to communicate with the ECM. Maybe after you drive it after a couple of miles, it'll probably reset the sensor. I don't know. But the car runs good. It did not shut up. It did not shut off on us. We drove it for about a mile or 2 miles and it ran good. So complete, accomplished. I don't know. I mean, it still came up as that code, but it drives fine. So can you go?
I was gonna grab a beer, but okay. Bring two in, please.
Alright, so it drove fine. So yeah guys, so I mean that's how to change out a crankshaft position sensor on a 2015 all the way up to a 2018 Kia Sedona. Now like I said, for the newer model Sedonas or even the Carnival, the Carnival Carnival, right? I could be saying right, but the other Kia van, if it's a 3.3 V6, the GDI engine, it's the same thing. Okay. I hope this video helps you guys out. I tried searching up on YouTube to see if anyone has done it for the Kia Sedona with the V6. I did not find one video. So I hope my video is the first one. And I hope my misfortunes, my bad luck, because if I didn't have this happen to me, I would never made a video. But now since this happened to me, I'm making a video for you guys, and I hope you guys are able to fix it in your garage or driveway, you know. So like always guys, hit the subscribe button, make sure you guys hit the like button, comment down below, and also follow our podcast with me and my wife, Discreet Parents. You know, we talk about our kids, marriage, adulting, the fun stuff. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. The fun stuff, the discreet stuff. So, yeah, guys, follow our podcast. It's Discreet Parents. I'll leave a little icon, a little link down below so you guys can follow it. And that's about it, guys. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace out.